Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Pro SVB, that is Technical and Professional Knowledge with Professor S.V. Bhaskar. आज मैं ऐसा वीडियो लेके आया हूं जो आपको डेली यूज में भी आ सकता है. It is based on optimization techniques. Now in real life, daily life also, we sometimes come across with a situation where we have to make a choice among available alternatives. जैसे कि हम कभी मोबाइल खरीदने जाते हैं तो मोबाइल खरीदने के लिए there are so many options available in the market. उनमें से कौन सा बेस्ट है और कौन सा सिलेक्ट करना चाहिए, इसके लिए आप कॉस्ट देखते हैं, उसके अदर फीचर्स देखते हैं. इवन while buying a house, we always see along with cost what is the nearness of that house to the market, what is nearness to the school. So all these nearness to market, nearness to school, these are all different criteria. So based on these criteria we make our choice. Now whenever we have to go for any optimization technique, we have to decide weights of these criteria. So ये वेट डिसाइड करने के लिए जो मेथड यूज करते हैं वो है एनालिटिक हायरार्की प्रोसेस, दैट इज AHP. सो आज हम यही मेथड देखेंगे कि AHP यूज कैसे करनी है और AHP का यूज करके किसी भी क्राइटेरिया का वेट कैसे फाइंड आउट करना है. फॉर दैट आई हैव डेवलप्ड अ सिंपल मेथड यूजिंग माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एक्सेल. लेट अस सी हाउ दिस मेथड कैन बी यूज्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ एक्सेल.
So let us start with this problem on AHP, analytic hierarchy process. So here this is the given decision matrix. So here we are given with various criteria, that is price, weight, storage space, RAM, camera and battery. Now first step is to decide the relative importance. So we see here the first step in this case is to decide the relative importance values. Now how to decide those relative importance values? For that we have to go to the steps in AHP. So we see here the first step in AHP is to determine the objectives and decide the attributes, which we already decided. Then to develop a decision matrix. So in this case actually this step will be useful when we go for simple additive weighting. Now we go to the next step, which is development of relative importance matrix. So here let us say whenever we compare price with price, so whenever price is compared with price, we can see that means it has equal importance, and that's why we assign value 1 to the price with respect to price. Now say if you want to have certain criteria having its importance or weak importance over the other, then we have to assign value 3. If you want a particular criterion to be strongly important as compared to the other, then we assign value 5. For very strong we value assign 7, and for absolute importance we assign 9. Now in this case we find that in particular problem I want to give more importance to the price as compared to the weight. So that's why here I have given 5 value. 5 indicates that it has got strong importance. So whenever I want to have strong importance of price over weight, so I have assigned here value of 5. Now remember, whenever I compare price with respect to weight, then I am assigning value 5. So when I compare weight with respect to price, then I have to assign a value 1 by 5, that is reciprocal of that. Now which rule we are considering in this case, we can see when activity I has relative importance Aij as compared to J, then J has importance 1 upon Aij when compared with I. So that means while comparing in reverse way, we have to assign reciprocal of that value. So this is the way I have assigned value of 3 when I compare price with respect to storage space. So that means I am giving weak importance to the price over storage space, and likewise I have compared all these values, and this is the relative importance matrix. Let us take one example, say storage space compared with battery. So I want to give more weightage to the storage space as compared to battery, because battery can be charged at any time but storage space is more important. So that's why whenever I give value 2 is between 1 and 3, that means it is neither equal importance nor weak importance, it is intermediate value between 1 and 3. So that's why I have assigned value 2 to the storage space as compared to battery. So when 2 is given when storage space is compared with battery, then 1 by 2 must be given when battery is compared to storage space. So we can see here when battery is compared to storage space, we can see the value given here is 1 by 2. So like this, once we decide all these relative importance matrix, let us move ahead to the next step. We see here in this particular cell, I have taken product of all these terms. So this value indicates product of all these terms, and the same is copied here. So all these values are nothing but product of all these row cells. So this is product, this is also product, like this. Now geometric mean, how to find geometric mean? You can see the formula here. It is power of this cell, that means this product, power of this product raised to 1 by n. So how it is calculated? 1 by n in this case is nothing but 1 by 6, because in this case we have got 6 attributes with us. Then next is to calculate geometric mean. So for calculation of this geometric mean, I have actually taken first of all product of all these row cell values, and then geometric mean is calculated like this particular cell value, this value raised to 1 by n. So like this, raised to 1 by 6, that means 0.1667. So this is the way I have calculated geometric mean for all these criteria. You can see, so all these cells are simply copied. Now next step, how to find A2 matrix is calculated. You can see for calculation of that, we have to calculate normalized values of geometric mean of ith row. So we can see here, these are nothing but normalized values of geometric mean. How it is calculated? See the formula. It is K4 means this cell value divided by this cell value. Now what is this value? This is simply sum of all these geometric mean values. So this particular value is obtained by this particular value divided by this value. So this is the way we calculate all the normalized geometric mean values. Now next is to calculate A3 matrix. For that, the step is calculate A3 and A4 such that A3 is simply a product of A1 and A2, while A4 is product of A3 divided by A2. So we see here A3 is A1 into A2. Remember, this initial decision matrix is A1 and this is matrix A2. So you know how to take product of two matrices. This is A1 and this is A2. So here we take a product of this, that means this cell multiplied by this cell plus this cell multiplied by this cell, and so on. So this is the way we can get all the values for matrix A3. Now A4 is A3 by A2, A3 divided by 2. So this divided by this is matrix A4. So like this we get all these A4 values. Now next step, we go to the next, which is calculation of maximum eigenvalue. You can see now maximum eigenvalue is lambda max. How lambda max is calculated? Once we get this A4 matrix, the average of all these A4 values is nothing but lambda max. That is, eigenvalue is the average of all these A4 matrix values. Next step is to calculate consistency index by using this equation. Ci is equal to lambda max minus n upon n minus 1. Ci is equal to lambda max minus n upon n minus 1. So here n is 6 because we have got 6 attributes with us. So lambda max is this minus 6 upon 6 minus 1. This is the way we get Ci, which is equal to this much. Let us go to the next step. Now here next step is to calculate consistency ratio. Now consistency ratio is given by Ci upon Ri. So we see here Ri. Now what is Ri? Ri is random index, which we can obtain from Sati's book, or even I have taken it from another reference by R.V. Rao. For 6 number of attributes, we see here Ri value is 1.25. So here we get Ri as 1.25, and therefore Cr is equal to, that is consistency ratio, is equal to simply Ci upon Ri. So here consistency ratio is equal to Ci divided by Ri is 1.4. So this is the way we get that value of Cr is equal to 0.0351. Remember, why to calculate Cr? This is only to check the consistency of the decisions made. That means in the decision, this relative importance matrix, there should be consistency of the decisions. Like whenever I say A is more important, price is more important than weight, and say storage or weight is more important than storage space, then price has to be more important than storage space also. So this consistency has to be maintained, which is proved by this variable which is called as consistency ratio. And remember, this CR, consistency ratio value, must be less than 0.1 for all the decisions to be consistent, or all these importance matrix to be consistent. So in this case, as it is less than 0.1, that's why we can say that all the relative importance values taken are consistent. So this is the way we have ultimately obtained the values of the weights. Now in this case, which are the weights? Weights are these A2 matrix. That means weight of price is 0.36, weight of variable weight is 0.05, and so on. So which I have written here, we can see up to 2 decimal places. So 0.36 is the weight of the price, then weight criterion is 0.06, that of storage space is 0.12, and so on. Remember, the sum of all the weights has to be always equal to 1. It is as good as we are giving 100% weightage to all the criteria, and whenever I say 100% weightage is given to all collectively, then addition of all the weightages must be equal to 100, or it is equal to 1. So this way we have seen how to obtain weights for the various criteria by using analytic hierarchy process. I hope you have liked this video. If you like it, please share it to the others and subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Thank you so much.